Hi, and welcome back to my podcast. Today's topic is how American media outlets emphasise their sports in comparison to the rest of the world. America's two largest sports have always featured American football, with the 2021 Super Bowl attracting 91.6 million viewers. However, basketball is a relative newcomer in the top two, having picked up in popularity in the 1990s, which has seen the sport grow in viewing and playing figures, with the average NBA Finals game in 2021 having 9.91 million viewers tuning in. These figures aren't exactly replicated overseas. This is evident in viewing figures, but also in the way overseas media report on the games. The 2023 NBA season was historic, with the Denver Nuggets picking up their first championship, and as expected, Denver-based news company Denver 7 reported on the game, labelling the Nuggets as world champions. The BBC also posted an article on the game, and while both were in depth with stats and storylines, the BBC article noticeably excluded the world champions line. Could this be Denver 7 promoting their hometown team and drawing in more views to the article, or could it be American-based newspaper using cultivation theory by Gerbner, 1969, to try and reinforce in readers' minds that the event is a global event, when in reality it isn't? While it is true that NBA viewing figures are growing in Europe especially, in the UK the purchase of league passes to stream games has gone up 10% according to Sportical. European streams only totaled 226 million for all NBA games in 2022, however, according to the same report. But why is this? Could it be due to lack of foreign superstars in American sports, with most teams across all sports being a largely American and Canadian affair? None more so than in the 53-man squads in the NFL, where foreign-born players only make up 82 of the 1,696 players in the 2023 season. This questions if American sports truly are world sports as the media presents. When comparing American sports leagues, with the NFL being the most valuable league of any sport anywhere in the world, it still lacks a global audience, which is something that American media seem to downplay or outright ignore. However, this might be the case going forward, as a key catalyst for this has been Olympic track star Noah Lyles. The NBC article shown here labels the American sprinter as a world champion. His comments seem to be mocking NBA teams being labelled as world champions, was also poorly largely received by current basketball players, with a host of tweets negatively reacting to his interview, including Kevin Durant. Lyles comments about how American teams in the NBA don't compete against teams in other nations, bringing doubt to the world champions moniker. NBC, while laying out a level playing field for the majority of the article, firmly get across their opinion on the matter, with the closing line of the article being, "The NBA champions are the best club team in the world. Call them whatever you like. The idea that they are world champions is not up for debate." This shows American media especially are not willing up to give it this title despite their own athletes not agreeing. Whether this is through pure patriotism or something deeper, the anxiety that by scrapping the world champions title that it will lessen the draw and dull down the media they produce. I'll let you guys decide. Hogan, in his 2010 theory, states that the actor performs in real time for an audience that monitors the actor. And this could not be more relevant to American sports at the moment. A quick look at the NBC sports page shows a section dedicated to just player news rather than team news, something that is not replicated over the pond. This correlates with Schultz and Sheffer's 2010 theory that journalism across the board is moving into a hybrid model between traditional media print and a newer model, as shown with the NBC page where social media features. This example couldn't really be more true since Lionel Messi's move to the MLS in 2023, with regular celebrity appearances in the crowd, including Prince Harry and Leonardo DiCaprio, that just wasn't there before Lionel Messi signed. This isn't a one-off occurrence, however. American media outlets seem heavily focused on emphasising certain players joining the MLS, and in the case of David Beckham's arrival in 2007, they appear to dull down and simplify their jargon and writing in comparison to European news outlets. Labelling Beckham as a soccer star that is known for his style of play and focusing on the money spent by the LA Galaxy rather than his footballing abilities. The Denver Post story also compares Beckham to Pelé, not in a sporting comparison, however, but rather what his arrival would do for the MLS. The focus on anything but his on-field achievements is a stark contrast again to British media. When Jeremy Doku joined Manchester City this year, was his distinct playing style highlighted in the first 100 words of an article. So what do you guys think? Do American media outlets emphasise their sporting events with titles like the World Series and the expansion into other countries like England, with the NFL games being regularly hosted there? But do they also try to gain a short-term buzz to a league or sport that needs it by formatting their news stories with more glamorous details and titles, like the amount of money they will earn and the impact it will have on the league? With this being said, could it be useful for European media to adopt this concept of glamorising sport in such a way as it would surely draw in even more readers who are not traditional fans of the sport being spoken about? As if this topic was a World Series or £1 million a week player that will rejuvenate a league, it will be likely to get more clicks even from non-sport fans. But that's all we have time for today. Make sure to DM me on Instagram and YouTube to let me know your thoughts on this topic and suggestions for future episodes. Thank you again for tuning into the Beckett Sport podcast. I'll see you guys next week.